Listen closely, it's not the loudest voice in the room that grabs her attention. It's not the guy flashing the biggest smile or flashing cash. Women don't remember the ones who scream the loudest or try the hardest to impress. What really sticks with her is the man who holds his ground when the world is shaking. The one who doesn't flinch when chaos explodes around him. That man, he commands without a single word. Think about it. When everything's spinning out of control, who do you naturally look to? Not the frantic guy running around trying to fix everything. No, you seek the calm in the storm, the steady hand that refuses to crack. That's the invisible force that makes a woman's instincts kick in. She may not even realize why she's drawn to him at first, but something ancient inside her recognizes safety. That feeling deep in the gut that whispers, this man can handle the storm. Being calm isn't about being boring or emotionless. It's about mastery. It's control, not control over others but control over yourself. In a culture obsessed with reacting, posting, and proving, calm is a silent rebellion. It's a power move disguised as stillness. That man who can stay unmoved doesn't just survive the noise, he dominates it by refusing to participate. His silence carries weight. His stillness becomes a fortress. Women pick up on this. They feel it in their bones. When a man loses his cool, he loses respect. But when he stays grounded, even under pressure, she feels safe enough to lower her walls. And safety is the secret ingredient. It's the spark that ignites real connection. Excitement fades. Drama burns out. But calm? Calm endures. Calm says, I'm here. I'm steady. You can trust me. Look around. Everyone's chasing attention, desperate to be noticed. But the calm man? He doesn't chase anything. He's not scrambling for likes, approval, or validation. His energy doesn't shout, it whispers, and people lean in to listen. That's magnetic. That's rare. When she sees a man who's unshaken by drama, untouched by chaos, she can't help but be curious. Who is this guy who doesn't need to prove himself? Who doesn't react but instead creates his own space? That's the kind of man who makes a lasting impression. Not because he's loud or flashy. Because he holds his center when everything around him falls apart. His calm is a signal that he's reliable. That he's strong enough to be a safe place in a storm. And that's the deepest attraction of all. So if you want to stand out, stop trying to be the loudest. Stop reacting to every little thing. Instead, become the man who moves through the world like a still lake, undisturbed by the chaos around him. Because in a world addicted to noise, your quiet power will speak louder than any shout ever could. Remember this, calm is not weakness. It's command. It's leadership. It's the ultimate form of confidence that doesn't beg for attention. It demands respect. And when a woman senses that kind of man, she doesn't just notice him, she remembers him. Be that man. Pressure is a test. It's the moment when most men lose their footing and show who they really are. Chaos crashes in, deadlines loom, tempers flare, and the crowd loses their minds. But not the calm man. He doesn't sprint. He doesn't yell. He doesn't panic or place blame. He becomes the eye of the storm, the solid rock that everything else circles around. That's where his true power lives, in how he turns pressure into presence. When everyone else is desperate to fix things fast, the calm man slows down. He absorbs what's happening, taking in every detail without losing himself. He doesn't just react, he responds thoughtfully. That pause isn't hesitation, it's strategy. It's the difference between losing control and owning the moment. His presence stretches time, makes the impossible feel manageable. People can feel it instantly. They lean in without realizing why, searching for that calm center. Women feel it most clearly. It's not always a conscious thing, but they know it's there. In a crisis, they scan the room for safety, for someone who won't crack under pressure. The calm man's quiet confidence offers a refuge they didn't even know they needed. It's a magnetic force that pulls her closer, builds trust without a single word spoken. That trust becomes a foundation. When she knows you can hold space while others crumble, she lets her guard down. She feels safer than she has in a long time. This kind of presence isn't built overnight. It's forged in the heat of countless challenges. Every time the world threatens to shake him, the calm man chooses to stand firm. He's mastered the art of emotional containment. He keeps the storm inside without letting it spill out. That internal control translates outward. It stabilizes the room, it commands respect. People look at him for guidance not because he demands it, but because he naturally attracts it. You've probably noticed how, during high-pressure moments, the crowd's eyes drift toward the quiet guy. That's no accident. Nature has wired us to seek stability and composure in chaos. The loudest voice doesn't always know what to do, but the calm one gives direction without needing to shout. His energy lowers the temperature. It cools down the fire. That kind of man doesn't just survive pressure. He transforms it into presence. This presence is a secret weapon. It doesn't come from control over others. It comes from control over yourself. When you stop reacting and start observing, you reclaim your power. Instead of being tossed around by circumstance, you become the anchor that steadies everyone else. That's leadership in its purest form. Women are drawn to this without needing to explain why. They don't want chaos disguised as excitement. They want someone who holds steady when life gets messy. A man who can take pressure and turn it into calm presence becomes unforgettable. It's the difference between being just another face in the crowd and being the one she remembers long after the moment passes. If you want to stand out, learn to convert pressure into presence. Don't let the heat of the moment dictate your actions. Slow down. Take in the room. Hold your center. Because when you do, you stop being part of the chaos and become the calm that commands it. That's the power of presence. That's the power of a calm man. In today's world, everyone is starving for validation. Likes, compliments, approval, people chase it like currency. But the calm man? He doesn't need that. He already knows his worth. He doesn't beg for attention or scramble for approval. His value comes from inside, from a deep place of self-respect that no one else can give or take away. This difference is huge. When you stop needing validation from others, your energy changes instantly. You become grounded, unshakable. There's a quiet confidence that radiates, not because you're trying to prove anything, but because you simply are. People pick up on that. They sense it. It's magnetic. The calm man speaks with intention. His words carry weight not because they're loud or flashy, but because they come from a place of certainty. He isn't desperate to fill silence or force attention. His pauses have power. His silences demand respect. That's why when he talks, people actually listen. Women especially notice this energy. They're wired to detect who's truly secure and who's just putting on a show. When she realizes you don't depend on her or anyone else to feel whole, her curiosity ignites. That curiosity grows into attraction because you represent something rare. A man who stands firm in his own value. There's a freedom in living without the constant need for validation. The calm man doesn't worry about what others think or say. He's not a prisoner of opinions or approval ratings. He's free because he's rooted in self-awareness and respect. This kind of freedom changes the entire dynamic of interaction. It shifts the energy from needy to noble. This internal strength also changes how you handle criticism, rejection, or doubt. Instead of reacting emotionally or defensively, you take it in stride. You evaluate what's useful and discard what's not. Your self-respect keeps you steady, even when others try to shake your foundation. This mindset also means you don't have to brag, exaggerate, or flex to be noticed. You don't need to prove your worth with money, status, or loud claims. Your calm confidence speaks louder than any boast. People sense it before you say a word. Living from self-respect isn't arrogance. It's humility grounded in knowing who you are. It means you respect yourself enough not to settle for less, but also enough to treat others with kindness and fairness. That balance is powerful. It makes you not just attractive but trustworthy. When you stop chasing validation, you reclaim your time, energy, and focus. You direct them toward what really matters: your goals, your growth, your purpose. This focus sharpens your presence even more. Because a man who knows his worth doesn't waste energy on distractions. In relationships, this translates into security. You don't need constant reassurance because you already believe in yourself. That makes you stable, reliable, and grounded. Women feel this security deeply. It creates a safe space for them to be themselves without fear or doubt. So, if you want to become magnetic, start by building your own validation from within. Stop giving others the power to define you. Stand firm in your self-respect. Speak less, mean more. Let your calm confidence be the signal that you're a man who's whole, capable, and unshakable. That's the difference between chasing approval and creating it. That's the quiet strength every woman notices. That's how calm men win. Silence is more powerful than most realize. In a world that never stops talking, the calm man uses quiet like a weapon. But not a weapon to hurt, one to reveal, to control, to lead. When everyone rushes to fill the space with noise, he knows that silence draws out the truth. It's where real power lives. Think about how often people speak just to hear themselves. Words fly fast, emotions spike, arguments explode, but silence? Silence forces a pause. It makes others uncomfortable because it's unexpected. When you don't rush to reply, people start to fill the void with who they really are. They expose their intentions, their fears, their true selves. And you? You're watching, learning, mastering the moment. The calm man never feels pressured to respond immediately. He knows that silence can disarm an opponent better than any comeback. When emotions surge, he doesn't bite or react. Instead, he stays anchored. His quiet presence says, "I'm not controlled by your storm." That's a kind of power most never understand. It's emotional mastery, not indifference. Women notice this more than you think. When she tests you with sarcasm, frustration, or emotional waves, your silence isn't weakness, it's a shield. It shows her that you're steady, that you won't be manipulated or dragged into chaos. She senses that you're choosing when and how to respond because you're in control of yourself, not your emotions. This isn't about shutting down or avoiding conflict. It's about choosing the right moment to speak. Silence becomes a tool to shift the energy, to calm the fire before it spreads. You're not silent because you're scared, you're silent because you're powerful enough to wait. That patience makes you unpredictable and magnetic. Silence also gives you space to think. In the heat of the moment, many jump in too fast, saying things they regret. The calm man's silence lets him process, analyze, and respond with clarity. This clarity disarms arguments and brings respect. People realize you're not just reacting, you're leading. There's a lesson here. Noise often hides weakness. Talking over others, interrupting, or reacting out of anger reveals insecurity. But choosing silence requires confidence. It's a refusal to be baited or shaken. It's the power to stay composed when everyone else loses control. This skill extends beyond arguments. In everyday conversations, silence makes your words matter more. It creates anticipation. People lean in because they know when you speak, it counts. Silence adds weight to your presence. It gives your voice authority. Most men fear silence because it feels vulnerable. But the calm man understands vulnerability is strength when controlled. He uses silence to set boundaries without confrontation. He protects his peace without a single raised voice. And that's magnetic. In a culture addicted to constant noise, your ability to master silence sets you apart. It's a sign of emotional dominance. The kind of dominance that doesn't bully but commands respect naturally. Women feel this power intuitively. They sense when a man's silence holds more meaning than any argument could. If you want to stand out, learn to wield silence. Stop rushing to fill every pause. Let others reveal themselves. Hold your ground quietly. Because sometimes, the loudest statement you can make is saying nothing at all. Safety is the real secret weapon that most miss. It's not about flashy moves or wild passion. It's about making her feel grounded, secure, and free. A calm man doesn't just attract with excitement. He captivates through creating emotional safety. That's the foundation where true desire grows, unseen but felt deeply. When a woman is around a man who remains steady, who doesn't flinch at storms or tantrums, her body relaxes. Her breathing slows. Her shoulders drop. She lets go of tension she didn't even know she was holding. That's no accident. It's the subtle language of safety. Without it, connection can never deepen. Desire can't grow in a space filled with chaos. Emotional safety isn't about control or dominance. It's about presence. It's the feeling that no matter what happens, she's protected, not physically but emotionally. She trusts you won't react in ways that scare or unsettle her. She senses you're a rock, not a wave. This trust is magnetic. It pulls her in more than any flashy stunt ever could. Look around. Drama excites, but it doesn't last. It burns hot and fast. But calmness, real calmness, feels like home. When you carry yourself with steady energy, you create a safe harbor where she can be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the gateway to intimacy, and intimacy is what creates unbreakable bonds. That safety also changes her energy. She's no longer on edge or in guard mode. Her voice softens, her eyes light up, and her whole demeanor shifts. She becomes more open, more genuine, more herself. And that's where connection starts, not from trying hard but from simply being there. A calm man isn't rattled by mood swings or emotional outbursts. He doesn't push her to perform or be someone she's not. Instead, his stability encourages her to drop the act and show her true colors. That's rare. Most men react, judge, or get defensive. But the calm man holds space without judgment. This emotional safety extends beyond just her. People in his life feel it too. Friends, family, colleagues, they sense his reliability and steadiness. It's an energy that reassures. It says, "You're safe here. You can relax." That's powerful in every kind of relationship. Women crave this kind of connection on a deep level. They want to feel seen and accepted without fear of being knocked off balance. A calm man gives her that. He makes her feel understood even when no words are spoken. That's the kind of attraction that lasts, that turns into something meaningful. If you want to become irresistible, start by mastering your own emotional stability. Stop letting your moods control your actions. Cultivate a presence that signals safety and strength. When she feels safe with you, desire flows naturally. Remember, safety isn't boring. It's seductive. It's the quiet energy that keeps her coming back. Excitement fades, but safety builds trust, and trust builds love. So be the man who creates a space where she can truly relax and be herself. When you master this, you don't have to chase or pressure. She'll want to stay near you not because you demand it, but because you make her feel alive and secure. That's the secret power of calm. People love to provoke because they want to see if you'll crack. They want to know if they can stir the fire inside you and make you lose control. But the calm man isn't a target. He understands the game and refuses to play. When others throw bait, he doesn't bite. He stays steady, unmoved. That's how he wins without saying a word. Provocation isn't always about the words. It's about reaction. People test your boundaries because they want to see if you're easily shaken. They look for weakness. But calm men know that the real strength is not in fighting back, but in holding your ground. Silence or a measured response sends a louder message than any argument could. When someone tries to ignite conflict, the calm man steps back and watches. He observes patterns, studies motives. He doesn't react impulsively because he understands that emotion without control is a liability. Instead of rushing into battle, he waits for the right moment to act, if it's even necessary. Most of the time it's not. This restraint is power. It signals emotional maturity and intelligence. When you don't allow yourself to be hijacked by provocation, you own the interaction. You control the energy, not the other way around. And people notice that. They respect it. They may try again, but you remain unshaken, unruffled. Women especially sense this strength. They want a partner who won't be dragged into petty fights or blown off course by drama. A calm man's ability to stay composed when tensions rise shows her that he's emotionally reliable. That reliability builds trust and deepens attraction. Arguments often mask deeper issues. People argue because they want to test you, not just to win. They want to see if you're solid or if you'll crumble. The calm man understands this. He doesn't waste energy proving he's right. Instead, he protects his peace and picks battles wisely. He knows when to engage and when silence is more powerful. This kind of emotional control doesn't mean you're passive or indifferent. It means you choose your responses deliberately. You don't let your feelings run wild, you master them. That mastery shifts power dynamics. You stop reacting to chaos and start directing calm. In relationships, this skill prevents unnecessary conflict and builds respect. When she sees that you're not easily provoked, her respect grows. She feels safe expressing herself without fear of escalation. This creates a healthier, stronger connection. Beyond personal life, this mindset elevates your entire presence. In work, social settings, and everyday interactions, calm restraint sets you apart. People trust someone who handles pressure without losing control. They seek his advice and follow his lead. Most men think dominance means winning arguments or forcing their will. The calm man knows better. True dominance comes from mastering yourself, not others. It's about emotional sovereignty. It's about being the unmovable rock while the world tosses waves. If you want to rise above the noise, start by refusing to be baited. Don't give energy to chaos or drama. Observe, assess, and respond only when it truly matters. This subtle power changes everything. The moment she realizes you can stay steady no matter the storm, that's when respect replaces control. You don't need to dominate her because your control over yourself does the job naturally. Mastering this restraint is rare, and that rarity makes you unforgettable. Be the man who rises above petty fights. Be the one who keeps his cool when others lose theirs. That's how you earn real power, respect, and attraction. Purpose is what separates a man who just exists from one who commands attention without trying. Calmness isn't about detachment, it's about knowing what truly matters. While others get lost in emotional chaos, the calm man holds a clear vision. His decisions aren't swayed by mood swings or momentary frustrations. He's anchored in something bigger than himself. Most men get caught up in winning small battles, arguments, social media debates, pointless drama. They chase approval and try to prove their worth every day. But the calm man ignores these distractions. He's not here to impress anyone. His energy flows toward building something lasting. His focus is on progress, not on fleeting victories. This mindset creates a magnetic pull that goes beyond looks or charm. It's an energy that says, I'm here to build, to grow, to create. People sense this commitment. It commands respect. It makes you unforgettable because you're not scattered, you're deliberate. You don't waste time proving yourself to people who won't be in your life next year. Purpose gives your calm a foundation. It transforms silence into meaning and stillness into power. Your presence gains weight because it carries intention. When you speak, it's not filler. It's value. When you act, it's not random. It's aligned with your goals. That clarity separates you from the crowd and elevates your entire being. The calm man knows that emotions can be loud, but purpose is louder. He doesn't let feelings dictate his path. Instead, he channels his energy into his mission. This focus breeds discipline, resilience, and patience, the traits that turn dreams into reality. In relationships, this clarity of purpose is magnetic. Women feel it deep down when a man is driven by meaning, not mood. They want a partner who stands for something bigger than temporary pleasure or drama. Purpose signals stability and reliability. It says you're invested in a future, not just the moment. Living with purpose also means you don't need constant validation. You've already defined your worth through your mission and values. This self-assurance is irresistible because it's authentic. People are drawn to confidence that's rooted in meaning, not ego. Purpose fuels your growth, and growth fuels your calm. It's a cycle that keeps you evolving while staying grounded. You don't stagnate in reaction or distraction. Instead, you move forward with intention, learning from every experience without losing yourself. When challenges arise, the calm man doesn't panic. He views obstacles as steps, not setbacks. His purpose gives him resilience. It pushes him to keep going even when the world around him falls apart. This steady drive inspires others and creates an energy that's both powerful and peaceful. If you want to be unforgettable, stop wasting energy on drama and distractions. Find your purpose. Align your actions with it. Let that mission fuel your calm. When your calm has meaning, your presence becomes magnetic. You don't just attract attention, you earn respect, admiration, and lasting connection. Remember, purpose isn't a goal you reach, it's a lifestyle you live. It's the reason behind your calm and the source of your power. Without it, calm is just empty silence. With it, calm becomes unstoppable force. Be the man who knows what he stands for. Be the man whose calm carries weight. Be the man who's remembered long after the noise fades. There's a magnetic force some men carry, something you can't fake, can't buy, and can't fake overnight. It's what I call emotional gravity. When a calm man steps into a room, the atmosphere changes. He doesn't demand attention. Instead, the space rearranges itself around him. People lean in not because he's loud or flashy, but because his presence pulls them like a natural force. This isn't about arrogance or trying to impress. It's built over time through trials, pain, and steady resilience. Emotional gravity is forged in the fire of experience. When you've faced storms, lost battles, and come back stronger without losing yourself. It's the quiet strength that tells the world you're unshakable. It shows in how you carry yourself. Your posture, your calm breathing, the way you listen, all of it adds up. People can feel it even before you say a word. There's a weight to your silence, a kind of stillness that holds space for others to be themselves. This gravity draws people closer because they instinctively sense safety and stability. You can't rush emotional gravity. It doesn't come from pretending to be calm or putting on a show. It's earned through patience and self-mastery. It's the result of choosing to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Every time you resist the urge to overreact, you strengthen this force. When chaos erupts around you, your ability to stay steady is a beacon. It's like a calm eye in a hurricane. People naturally gravitate toward that because deep down, everyone wants to feel anchored. Emotional gravity gives you the power to influence without pushing, to lead without demanding. This energy affects relationships too. Women notice when a man's calm is more than surface level. They feel it in their bones, that sense of reliability and strength beneath the surface. It's what makes them drop their guard and open up. It's what makes them want to be near you, to trust you, and to build with you. Emotional gravity isn't just about presence. It's about consistency. It's about showing up the same way day after day through ups and downs. When you prove you're steady no matter what, you become someone others depend on. That dependability is rare, and it's incredibly attractive. This kind of calm can't be fake because it's rooted in authenticity. It's the peace that comes from knowing who you are and refusing to lose yourself to external chaos. That self-possession commands respect naturally. People want to be around someone who isn't tossed by every wind. The calm man's emotional gravity shifts the dynamic in every room. It pulls attention without needing to seek it. It invites connection without forcing it. It builds trust without words. And in a noisy world, that kind of quiet power stands out like a lighthouse in the dark. If you want to develop this force, start by mastering yourself. Face your inner storms without losing your center. Practice patience when others rush. Choose presence over reaction. Build a foundation so solid that no external chaos can shake you. Emotional gravity is a rare kind of power. It can't be rushed, faked, or borrowed. It comes from surviving storms and staying true to yourself through it all. When you have it, people feel it. They respect it. They're drawn to it. Be the man who walks into a room and shifts the energy just by being there. Be the man whose calm is a force, not a facade. Be the man with emotional gravity and watch how the world responds. Peace isn't just the absence of chaos, it's the mastery of it. True power comes when you stop reacting to every disruption and instead decide what affects you internally. This control over your inner world is what makes you untouchable. No argument, no silent treatment, no sudden rejection can shake you because you've built peace as your foundation. Think about it, the world will always throw curveballs. People will push buttons, test boundaries, and try to rattle your calm. But peace is your shield. When it's your default state, external noise can't penetrate. You remain steady even when everything around you is falling apart. That kind of inner control is rare, and it commands respect instantly. Peace is a choice you make every single day. It means not letting emotions run the show. It means seeing conflict and drama for what they are, distractions that don't deserve your energy. Instead of getting caught up in the chaos, you pull yourself back. You refuse to give power to things that don't serve your growth. This isn't about being passive or indifferent. It's the opposite. Peace is an active force. It takes strength to stay calm when the world demands your reaction. It takes courage to hold space for yourself while others are losing theirs. Peace is power in disguise. When your peace is unbreakable, people start to notice. They sense that you aren't easily swayed. Your stability becomes magnetic. They want to connect, to understand, and to be near you because you offer something rare, emotional safety that comes from genuine mastery. Being peaceful means you're not desperate for approval or validation. You don't need others to make you feel worthy. Your value comes from within, rooted in self-respect and confidence. That kind of energy can't be faked, and it makes you irresistible. In relationships, peace is the foundation for trust and deep connection. When you don't react impulsively to arguments or tests, you create a safe space for real intimacy. She feels secure because she knows your calm isn't fragile. It's a stable place where both of you can grow and be vulnerable. Peace also allows you to navigate conflict with clarity and grace. Instead of fueling the fire, you choose your battles wisely. You respond with intention, not emotion. This kind of restraint turns tension into understanding and fights into opportunities to strengthen your bond. On a bigger scale, peace gives you clarity of purpose. When your mind is clear, distractions fall away. You focus on what truly matters: your goals, your growth, your mission. This focus creates momentum and propels you forward. Peace isn't the absence of struggle, it's the ability to move through it unshaken. If you want to cultivate this peace, start by owning your emotional state. Practice stillness even when chaos tries to pull you in every direction. Develop routines that ground you, whether that's meditation, reflection, or simply breathing deeply. The more you practice, the more peace becomes your natural response. Remember, peace is rare in today's noisy world. Most people react first and think later. But when you lead with peace, you set yourself apart. Your calm becomes your brand. People don't just notice you, they seek you out. Be the man who owns his peace no matter what. Be the man whose calm is unbreakable. Be the man whose power lies in the silence within. The world will test you relentlessly. Life won't hand you calm on a silver platter, it demands you earn it. Every challenge, every unexpected twist is designed to see if your peace is real or just a front. Women will test your patience. Friends, family, strangers, they'll all push boundaries to watch how you react. But here's the truth: these tests don't exist to break you. They exist to prove you. You see, calm isn't weakness disguised as strength. It's the truest form of power. It's standing unmoved while chaos swirls around you. It's the refusal to give in to impulsive reactions. When you maintain your center, you show the world, and yourself, that you are unbreakable. This is your secret weapon. The world is full of noise, everyone shouting, scrambling for attention, reacting in every direction. But the man who stays grounded cuts through it all like a beacon. People can't help but notice. They remember the one who didn't flinch, who didn't get dragged into drama. That's the man who commands respect. Every time someone tries to rattle you and you don't bite, you build your legacy. It's not about proving them wrong or winning an argument. It's about showing that your peace is not negotiable. When you refuse to be baited, you rewrite the rules of engagement. You become the unshakable force in a world addicted to chaos. Women instinctively recognize this strength. They sense it when a man is solid, when he isn't swayed by moods or distractions. That stability becomes a magnet because it promises something rare: safety. Not just physical safety, but emotional sanctuary. When she feels safe, real connection happens. When you prove you won't be easily thrown off balance, you become unforgettable. But staying calm isn't passive. It's active mastery. It means choosing your responses deliberately, not reacting impulsively. It means controlling your emotions instead of letting them control you. That kind of self-command is what separates boys from men, noise from wisdom, distraction from focus. Life will test you in ways you didn't expect. People will push to find your breaking point. But the man who endures isn't the one who avoids the storm. It's the one who faces it head-on, calm in his heart, steady in his mind. That calm becomes his armor and his identity. Here's the kicker: you don't need to prove your calm to anyone else. It's enough that you own it for yourself. When your peace is authentic, it radiates outward. Others feel it. They respect it. They want to be near it. You don't have to chase validation or shout for attention. Your calm draws it in naturally. So when the tests come, and they will, welcome them. Let them be the proving ground for your strength. Show the world you can stay centered no matter what. Because the man who masters this is the man no one forgets. Stand tall. Stay rooted. Hold your peace like a shield and a sword. Your calm is your power, your legacy, your signature. Be the man who walks through fire without burning. Be the calm in the chaos. Be the force that no one can shake. If you're ready to master your calm, build unshakable confidence, and become the man everyone remembers, hit subscribe and join the journey. Let's grow stronger, together.